And we are live. Welcome to Love and Money Secrets TV. And in just a few moments, we are going to be having a wonderful guest on our show. And we are going to be sharing with you a story of transformation from riveting, crushing rheumatoid arthritis pain to restoration and relief. It says here, so our guests, they're about to jump on Zoom. So my friends and gems, let me share with you some of the things that were the list of conditions that she was suffering with prior to starting on the stem cell activation patches. Number one, rheumatoid arthritis, joint pain in the left hand, and it started to affect her toes, and terrible inflammation. Hashimoto's thyroiditis, very dry skin, and low energy levels that would fluctuate, as well as body weight fluctuations. And she would have a very hard time falling asleep, just really bad insomnia and food sensitivities. Also, let's see, and that's basically the list so far that as I'm aware of the conditions that Andrea Allen was suffering with. So I hope in just a few minutes, she will be on. Until she shows up, I'm going to start to share with you what some of the stem cell activation patches do. And the first stem cell activation patch, which is our mother stem cell activation patch, has to do with the resetting and restoring of your original stem cells that you were conceived with. I want to say conceived with as opposed to born with, because oftentimes you might be conceived with stem cells that are actually in a good state. There's Andrea. And somewhere between conception and during that in utero time, that gestation period of 9 months, 7 to 9 months, depending on whether you're a little early or a little late, the bottom line is things can happen where the mother can expose herself and her unborn fetus to environmental toxins. Sometimes things are ingested that are not in the highest good for the child. And other times it's as the child is being born, there are environmental things that are taking place in the birthing process. So that's why I say stem cells from conception. Andrea, you're here live with us, and I see that you're connecting to audio. Welcome, my friend and gem, to Love and Money Secrets TV. Hi, Andrea. Oh, we can't hear you. So maybe take your cursor to the bottom left, and maybe we can get your sound to sound a little better, because right now it shows that it's connecting to audio. So we might just need to give it a minute or two. There we go. I can't hear you yet. So maybe you can check if you take your cursor to the bottom left where the mute button is, you can see the audio settings. Okay. Yeah. So let me see. And I know you have, yeah, it's on your end. We need to get your sound. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear? Yay!
Now our sign, the sound. Yes. We're going to blame it on the lunar eclipse. The energy is affecting the sound.
This issue affects a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yay!
Actually had this last 4 hours, so you're not the only one.
Yeah. So you're home. You're not across the pond.
I'm not across the pond. I came back. I crossed over the pond again, back to Huntington and Newport Beach here. So I'm back in California, happy to be back home. And as we're speaking, it was just raining. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I took the California sun with me to Europe, including to Zurich. And
you brought Europe back.
And I brought the gloomy London weather that's usually over there because it was raining up until like 2 minutes ago until you came on. So I'm going to take that as you brought the sunshine back.
Yay. Well, I've been there at this time of year, so I get it.
So you know, yeah, you definitely know. So I'm so excited and happy to share with our audience, with our viewers, with our listeners here about your incredible story of transformation. I will never forget the day Because I keep on telling people every day is like Christmas. I get to be Santa, where I get to share this life-saving technology. That's why I have the Christmas tree still up all year round. And
Well,
but
mine's up there in the corner.
yeah, I see the little twinkle lights.
Yeah.
But I also get to be the gift receiver. And so when you sent me that text message and you said, it's only been 8 days and your pain is gone, and you had other things that were going on. And I was like, oh my gosh, only 8 days and you're already having all these results. And that was a few weeks ago, because right after that, then I left to my stem cell conference in Nice, France. So that's why I said, when I come back, I need to share you with the world, because you're going to give, if we give hope, if we give the expectation to at least one person, and one person thinks, oh my gosh, maybe, just maybe this is what I've been looking for. Maybe this is the one thing, the only thing that will make all the difference in the world. Because for you, this has been the one thing that has made all the difference in the world. And you're a holistic care practitioner. You know about integrative medical modalities. You have a body of work, a body of experience, a body of knowledge that you have been privy to for several decades. So I want you to share with our listeners a little bit about your background, so they know a little bit who you are. Yeah. So share with us your notes.
There's like so much, and what I can say is sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Yes.
Yeah. And everybody's different. The stem cell activation patches are a wellness product. It's not going to analyze, assess, or diagnose anything. I have tried, excuse me, it's fall here, leaves. Everybody's experience is going to be different, like our personalities are different. And I've been very grateful that, you know, in the first 8 days, I was like pain-free. And I have arthritis, and I've tried everything between supplements. I love acupuncture. That's great, but it wouldn't be long lasting. You know, I am certified and licensed in shiatsu and Asian complementary therapy, so I understand the benefit. But when I would go to acupuncture, it would take 4 hours out of my day to get there, to get back and recuperate. But the minute I put the patches on, I started to see a difference. And you said that like every day is Christmas. It's Christmas for other people, but it's what I have experienced. Every day is something new. My inflammation is, I mean, if you could see me, well, you can still see the nodule there, but I can close my fist.
Wow.
This hand was good. This one I couldn't. I can open jars. I can open bottles of water, where before with a bottle of water, if I twisted it and I had to press down really hard to get it open, the palm of my hand, an hour or two later, would be sore from just the inflammation and the pressure of turning it.
Wow.
So that's huge. I mean, we use our hands for everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
So I've been very blessed with that. I mean, I've tried everything under the sun. I've had RA since 2012. I feel that was brought on a lot by maybe stress, life changes, because our emotions have a lot to do with our body. When our engine's not running right, the rest of our world isn't right. It affects, if the body's not right, it affects everything else.
Yeah, it does.
So I've been blessed with that. And prior to getting the patches, I was a little concerned because like a week or two before, a really good colleague of mine, Gail, in Florida, I'll give her a shout out, who turned me on to this. like 2 weeks prior to that, I'd be walking and, when you walk, you push off your toes.
Yeah.
But my toes were starting to be painful. Like, ooh, that's not right. I could feel the inflammation in my toes. So it was spreading.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So that's why I dogged you until you called me back.
Yes.
I didn't mean to be like, it's like, I need something. And I've tried everything from A to Z supplements, acupuncture, PEMF mats, which is pulse electric magnetic fields,
Mhm.
which was great. But when I did the PEMF mats, like a day or two later, then
Go
I
back.
would say I'd go into a herx, where I'd go into a flare up.
Oh,
Yeah. So it was like, I know it's doing something, but do I want to equal the pain with the something?
yeah.
So that was a huge improvement. Immediately for me, and this is just my experience, guys,
Mhm.
my sleep, I had a hard time falling asleep. When I take the patches off and go to bed at night, forget about it. The world was gone.
Go into a deep.
Oh, dream time? It was so vivid
Yes.
that even in the morning, I'd get the vivid and I could recall everything.
Yeah. It's pretty cool,
And
isn't it?
I'm sensitive to energy.
Uh-huh.
I've worked with energy for 35 years. I've I did certified in body work, but full time now, I'm a psychic medium, so it has a lot to do with energy and sensitivity.
Mhm.
So I've noticed even greater clarity. Like when I go to Arizona, because of the energy, and we're light,
Oh
we
yeah.
are energy.
Yeah.
And thank you for the badges, because I get all that. That's why I was on the board with it right away. When I go to Arizona, I get these movie screens of information. It's like turning on your television.
Oh, interesting.
So the shift in my energy with the patches,
Oh, wow.
because we're light, we're putting our body back into balance. We're making it.
So your body is like a stronger radio antenna now because you have more light going through it because of the activation patch.
That, and I muted mine, by the way. Sorry. It happens. But in essence, we're just made of the light, right?
Sorry.
We're energy
That is.
in a physical body. So when our physical body,
I don't know what that
it's not me.
yeah, it's not me either because this is off. Let me see if there's something in my system. I've never heard that sound before.
I don't have a doorbell. I have a dog.
Yeah, my doorbell doesn't sound like that. So I'm not sure.
Eclipse.
You turned something on from an energetic, which I have no idea where that's coming from. So
Maybe because spirit doesn't like what I'm talking about. I don't know.
it could be that spirit is saying, hey, people, pay attention to the next words that she's about to say. So,
Yeah,
okay, go ahead, because you were talking about, how the light was even more increased inside of you. And when you went to Arizona, you were having more clairvoyance, clairaudience, more of the clair is coming to you.
That was back when I was 25. I'm 61 now.
Wow.
Okay, so when we put our physical being, because we are energy or spirit in a physical body, and time's gone by. So when your engine or your physical body is running more optimal, then the light that we are, that we're taking in from the stem cell activation patches, which are wellness products. It's bringing it back into that. I'm not gonna say I'm 25, but it's putting things into balance.
I wish I knew where that was coming from. And I can't tell if it's coming through the speaker or if it's coming from here. That's such a strange sound.
Okay, we're not alone.
So I gotta say that those are the angels going, keep going, keep going. So just it's background noise to assist you.
Yeah, I mean, it may be more for too much for mainstream, but if you think about it, we're energy.
Yeah.
We're a soul, which is energy that's infinite in a physical body. I know I may be going down a different road with that, but
we are, people don't think about it because, one of the first things we tell people when we start them on the stem cell activation patches is the fact that your body is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. That heat is light. And so if we were to wear night vision goggles and look at you at night wearing night vision goggles, we would see the infrared light glowing from your body.
it's energy.
Yeah, you
Energy.
are emitting light. Every single cell in your body has electrons. Every electron emits light. You have electrons and electrolytes that are in your blood. All are carriers of light. I love what Dr. Jacob Montgomery, he's a quantum ophthalmologist that does LASIK surgery. And he talks about how food is a reducing agent of light. Because it is activated through the sun. We all know that plants get their nutrition through the sun. That's how they grow, water and the sun.
And the sun's energy.
And the sun is energy. And now we are taking this food item, an apple, an orange, a blueberry, whatever the food, lettuce, and you're eating it. And as you're breaking it down, as you're eating it, digesting it, it's breaking it down into light. So food is a reducing agent of light. Now, do we normally think about that way? No, that's why I love the fact that he languages it that way. So continue on because it's right hand in hand with what you're talking about.
Right, because when we eat, we're fueling our body with energy.
With light, yes.
We're feeding it. We're maintaining it, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
So I am just so grateful for LifeWave and David Schmidt. And again, we all respond differently. We're all different personalities.
Almost definitely.
I was reflecting today before I joined the call. I call him my late husband, but he was actually my late fiance. We were together 15 years before he passed, but he had cardiomyopathy and AFib. And he passed in 2011. But if we had this, or if we knew about it in 2011,
he'd still be here. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. We're in the here and the now. But for me, it's been very humbling, very life-changing. Here we go. Life changer, people, life changer.
It is a life changer. The bells are ringing to bring your attention to the fact that it is life changing.
It is.
So let's talk about day 8. You were your 8th day of wearing the patches. I got a very excited text from you saying not only had your pain from your hands and your feet and so forth had been reduced, but you had gone to the hairdresser. So there was something monumental that happened when you went to the hairdressers. So share with us what it was like before the patches and what it was like after. It was a really big deal for you.
It is a big deal for me. Okay. I'm 61 years old. I come from a heritage where my grandmother on my father's side was white hair at 18. So it's kind of like hereditary.
Yeah.
So I have to go every 4 weeks, whether I want to or not, to get my hair colored. And normally with the solution on my hair, it burns or it itches.
Oh,
So
ouch.
I went and I didn't go, give me the end of the comb so I can scratch. No reaction. But then again, with Eon, glutathione, X39, and carnosine, that helps with allergy.
Yes. Because
So,
glutathione is that master antioxidant detoxifier. So any toxin that doesn't serve you from hair dye or anything else for that matter, it's going to clear it out through your body because your glutathione levels are 300 to 600% higher the moment you put the patch on.
amen to that.
So it protected you during this process, and it had detoxed you for 8 days before so that your system wasn't as sensitive. And then as you're having that put on, it's still pulling it out at 300 to 600% greater than normal for you. So that's why you didn't have a reaction. Plus the Eon is your anti-inflammatory patch. So any inflammation, it took it down, and it was doing brain balancing at the same time.
And it even gets better. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit and I'll go back because I still have notes. Okay. I was so excited. I have a lot of food sensitivity, like anybody who has arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis to be specific. Nightshades are a problem.
Oh,
Okay. So I grew up as a kid. We always had a huge garden and, tomato sandwiches with mayo, and I can't do a tomato for love nor money. I can't do eggplant. Favorite, eggplant parm. Okay. Just one of those kids, right? Can't do potatoes. And I'd have other sensitivities because I also have IBS, which I forgot to remind you of. So last week, I had a baked potato because I was craving it. Normally, if I'd have a baked potato, the next day, I'd be fatigued, I'd be in pain, and unable to work.
oh my goodness.
So I treated myself. I says, I'm just going to do it. Okay. So I did. I'm grateful. I'm French Irish. Potatoes kind of important. And you've just been over the pond, and I'm sure you had a lot of potato and
Oh yeah.
different things, right? So it was a treat without any repercussion.
Oh, wow.
I used to be able to digest salad very well. There's nothing like a Caesar salad with grilled chicken on it. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Okay. So yesterday, I had a grilled chicken Caesar salad with lemon Caesar dressing.
Oh my gosh.
And guess what?
Hungry.
Okay, here I am. Didn't skip a beat. Don't have any pain. And was able to work today.
Oh my gosh. That's so incredible. Oh my gosh, Andrea, there's so many things that I only had a little, like the surface level. I didn't realize that there were so many more other things. This is like really extraordinary. It's even more than what, than what you had told me a couple of weeks ago, right before I left. So this is like monumental. The quality of your life has like upgraded like 2-3 levels.
Yep. I'm 2.5 months in.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
My biggest goal is to have tabbouleh. Now, guess what? Tabbouleh has tomatoes in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to slowly, not today, not tomorrow,
But in the near future.
in the near future.
Wow.
Think about that. I used to eat tabbouleh by the tub.
So good for you if you don't have any allergens towards it.
Or the tomato, the nightshades with the
Yeah.
inflammation.
Yeah.
Another huge thing that I incorporated a week and a half ago, and actually one of my downlines, Sarah, have been friends with her forever. And she's known me for a long time. And like last year, we're big Manuka honey people.
I love Manuka honey. It's so fantastic. Yeah. Me too.
It's great for your inflammation. It's great for your gut. It's great for your bacteria, all that.
Yeah.
Okay. So last year, if I did less than a quarter of a teaspoon of Manuka honey at night, I'd wake up in the middle of the night or the next morning screaming for Jesus,
Oh.
and I'd be in a flare up.
Oh, I've never heard of anybody who's had a reaction to Manuka in a negative way. So you must have had some sort of allergic response to the pollen in the Manuka honey, or was it the
Nope.
sugar?
The RA,
The RA.
the inflammation, bacteria. So guess what I've been doing for a week and a half?
What?
A teaspoon of Manuka honey every night.
And your body's liking it.
Oh, mother of God. Sorry. It's like I'm doing the jig.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Because a lot of the RA has a lot to do with gut bacteria, from what I'm understanding.
And from immune response too. And your glutathione boosts your immune. So it sounds like you've accomplished a lot of homeostasis in your body just in the last 2.5 months.
That it was so far out of whack that don't get me wrong, I love acupuncture. I love my supplements.
Yeah, necessary. Yeah.
No matter what I did, I could not come back into balance.
So let's talk a little bit about that, because as a holistic care practitioner, you are very well aware and very well versed in a lot of the nutritional supplements and the different modalities. And as some of the viewers may or may not be aware, you can ingest certain supplements, and just because you're ingesting them doesn't mean that your body is
absorbing them.
Yeah, we call it methylation, which basically means if you look at, I'm going to use the stem cell activation patch just to represent a cell. When you look at a cell, inside a cell, you have something called mitochondria. So for right now, we're going to just make believe that this crystal part of the stem cell activation patch is the mitochondria. Mitochondria is like a little kind of squarish type little organism that is found inside the cell, which is your little manufacturing plant that is what digests and processes energy. And so if your body doesn't have the capacity to have the cell membrane, which is the brain of your cell, to open up so that your body can then take it into the mitochondria, and then you can process it and turn it into energy, ATP, blah, 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 and send it out through the cell to the next cell, then that means that you have mitochondrial dysregulation. So your cells do not have the ability to absorb, to methylate, and to take in the nutrients from those supplements. So what ends up happening is you have the supplements in your body, but they never permeate the cell membrane. So it never gets inside to the little ATP, so you don't get the benefit. So it's swimming outside the cells in the plasma, but your body doesn't get the benefit of it. Big problem.
For, I guess, layman's terms, it's kind of like, malabsorption. I'm saying it wrong.
Malabsorption. Yeah.
Malabsorption. Yeah.
That's
more of a layman's term, but
that's true. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So to help other people, and sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Yeah. Yes.
So let me go back to my list.
Yes.
I have more of a heightened smell.
I had that too. That was like one of the first things I noticed. It was like my smell. It was like, whoa, smell and taste much more.
That was huge.
Yeah.
My IBS is better. It's not perfect, but you know, every day is Christmas, right?
Yeah.
My food sensitivity is getting better. Manuka honey. Oh my goodness. Um, I'm so excited. I have one of my girlfriends, we just started doing uh, a month, 2 months ago. We just started doing lunch once a month because we kind of like we're a little distance away, but we now meet. So I hadn't seen her in a while, and I was on the patches for 3 weeks. So the first lunch we had, I says, "Hey Lisa, you know, do you notice anything different?" She goes, "Yeah, you're a lot calmer."
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I didn't know I was like, ooh, but so I saw her 3 weeks ago. I says, "So Lisa, what's different?" She goes, "Yeah, you're calmer." And then our I introduced you to one of my friends, Rosie.
Yes.
Um, I've seen her like twice in the past month or so. I says, "Rosie, do you notice anything different about me?" She goes, "Oh my God, your energy is so much better." It's kind of like, ooh, it when the physical engine is running more optimal because we're still energy in a
Yeah.
physical body, it's projecting out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And then because we are connected to others, others can feel our energy. You're having
Mhm.
people around you going, wow, not only are you calmer, but your energy feels better. You know, any frenetic energy, dissonant energy that you had before, they're noticing, they're like, oh, it's so much more smooth. Wow,
Mhm.
calmer.
Mhm.
Wow.
So I'm grateful. So let me turn the page. I think I don't know if oh, my face is less dry. 25%. I've got Hashimoto's thyroiditis, so my body tends to run dry no matter how much I slick up. And granted, in my first order, I had Alvita Trio, which I love.
I love it too.
Um, so my face is totally better. Lines are getting better because I spent a lot of time in the sun. I used
Yeah.
to be an Arizona kid. So that was great. My hair, um, I'm French Irish, but I've got the Irish kink. I pull my hair straight. Okay, so I've got the Irish curl. Thanks, mom and dad. My mother used to have really curly hair, and when she was a kid, her siblings told me that if she had one curl going out, she'd just take scissors before school and cut it.
Oh,
Yeah, so I've got that kink. It's not that kinky.
it's smoother, silkier.
Yeah, it is. I can
Yeah.
feel it. I've got a lot of hair, but it's baby fine. This might be too much information for a lot of people, but I have to shave my legs more. And I
More.
love my mom, RIP mom, but I do get her like facial hair.
Mhm.
And again, I come from a lineage of people turning white early in life, and that's the prenatal, postnasal jing. That's too much for people, but I'm starting to get more black hairs.
Oh, but aloe vera increases melatonin, which helps with
Oh,
sleep and brain balancing, and your natural hair color is going to start to come back too. Yeah.
I- I'm hoping and you open the door for melatonin. Prior to the patches, I'd have a hard time falling asleep at night. It's to getting to sleep. So yes, I'd pop the melatonin. Not
Nothing.
anymore.
Not, oh,
Life
wow.
is good.
So you used to take oral melatonin before,
Yes,
and it didn't help very much, but now you just put the aloe vera patch. Do you put the aloe vera patch on the third eye?
I change it like last night I had it on third eye.
Mhm.
Tonight I'll put it on C7.
Okay. Yeah.
And 6 to 7 patcher during the day
Me too.
and the Alavita at night.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people can do just the X39 and the Eon to start.
Mhm.
But for me, my choice was
Yeah. And for your
go for
condition,
the Gusto.
yeah.
Go for the Gusto.
Yeah. And that's why you've had such expedient results, because you're comprehensively taking care of your body with the mother stem cell patch X39, with the daughter stem cell patch X49 that also protects you not only from radiation poisoning and 5G and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, but it increases your muscle mass, your bone density, and increases your cardiovascular function. And then when you have glutathione, Eon, and carnosine, glutathione, the master detoxifier, Eon, the master anti-inflammatory, but it also does brain balancing, and it brings back, it lowers, which is tied to your rheumatoid arthritis, it reduces the C-reactive proteins and the cortisol levels in your blood, which is why 8 days later, you had no pain, which is so amazing. And you had the brain, the calming effect because of the brain balancing that it's doing. And then carnosine, which increases your brain processing speed. Your brain is the CPU for your whole body. So now everything is being optimized with your brain, your cardiovascular system, because carnosine has to do with all things the heart, all things cardiovascular, which is completely connected to your brain. Now you have like full optimization in your body. So, and then the Alavita patch, which is activating your pineal gland and your melatonin. So now your sleep is really sound. We have an activation patch called Silent Nights, but many people don't even need to do Silent Nights when they just do like these first 5 stem cells. I always say, take the 5 to stay alive, because there are great foundational patches.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Andrea.
Yeah. But I love the Alavita too for the fact with the telomeres.
Yeah, it lengthens your telomeres and improves your skin collagen and the epithelium. Yeah.
Oh, another thing I have to mention is the last thing on my list. Oh, my nails are growing faster too. So
Yeah, mine too.
that's like crazy.
Yeah, that's very
but
cool.
I have sweaty feet. They call it hyperhidrosis. I'm probably saying it wrong.
Okay.
But and some of that they say is hereditary. According to my sister, she says my father had that, but it's 30% better. And in the winter, where I live right now, in the winter, it gets cold. We don't get snow. But when it gets cold, my feet get sweaty. And I have to wear wick socks and change the socks like 4, 5, 6 times a day.
Oh, it's a nuisance.
But when your feet are sweaty, it makes your physical body cold. So that's annoying. So I've noticed a change. Grateful, gratitude. Thank you, David Schmidt.
Wow. That's significant too, because to have to change your socks, 5, 6 times a day, that's kind of a lot. That's like every 2, 3 hours. So
yeah.
And now your body's not cold because your body's now in homeostasis. It's returned to a younger, healthier state. Whoa, this is amazing. This is you've had a lot of change in 2.5 months.
Right. And you know what? Every day is Christmas.
Every day is Christmas. That is so fantastic. So what is the number one thing that you would want people to know as you've shared this story, and you're only 2.5 months in? I'm curious to see where you're going to be at 6 months in, at 7.5 months in, at 12 months in. Holy smokes. Because we know from other people that we've seen, and also from our Telegram group has just a little shy of 4,000 people that are posting testimonials every day. And we have the before and after pictures. We see the radical transformations with people, not just over the 2-3 month mark, but also over the years period of time, or 2 years, 3 years. Oh my gosh. It's pretty amazing. So what would be the number one message that you would give to people that are listening? And, make no mistakes. If you are watching this live on YouTube, you're watching this live by any other social media platform, or you're coming across this later on a replay, You've been asking, you've been praying for solutions for something that's finally going to work for you. And this is a divine appointment. This is a destiny point where this information is here. Andrea is here to share her story. And so what would you say to them?
That, you know, one, that these are stem cell activation packages. Okay. We all have different personalities. Go in it with an open heart, open mind,
Open heart, open
and just consistency. You know, and that tracker, that list is so huge. And pay attention to your physical body. Pay attention to your energy level. Pay attention to your clarity, your mental clarity. You know, we're all different. We all love, heal, and grow at a different rate. Right? So I wanted to share my story, but it's not to compare with someone else because we're all individual.
Yeah. I love what you said. We all heal and grow at a different rate. That is so true.
So just come in with an open heart, open mind, and consistency, and keep notes. Pay attention to your physical body. One last thing, I know that we're probably running down on time, but you know, a long dusty road it's been. Back in 2003, no, I take it back. 2004, I was diagnosed with DCIS, which is non-invasive breast cancer. I had a lumpectomy, and you know, after they, you know, did everything, they said, "Oh, there's no sign of breast cancer." So in 2009, I was diagnosed with invasive breast cancer.
Oh my God.
So I opted at that point just to say, well, just let's do a mastectomy. Let's not worry about anything. And then after I had complications, which my scar tissue is a lot better now, but you know, that's an eye opener. When they took out everything, they said, "Oh, there's no sign of breast cancer." So I didn't take tamoxifen. I didn't have radiation or chemo either time.
That. Wow.
So it's pay attention. I'm never going to say don't pay attention to the Western world.
You have to pay attention.
Yeah.
This is Western, you know, Western science dovetailed with traditional Chinese medicine, but so they save lives. Yeah. So go ahead.
But this is something to look at more than once.
Yeah.
With the patches.
Yeah. It's life transforming.
Amen.
So you've been able to reset, repair, restore your body, and it's only going to get better because your body is just continuing to replace and restore at a cellular level and increase your collagen and reset things. So Andrea, I want to thank you for taking time. I know you know, we have a 3-hour time difference, and I know you've got a busy life, and you have so many people that are reaching out to you right now. If you are watching this and Andrea told you to come check this out, if she's forwarding this link to you, if she posted this on her social media, make sure to reach out to her. If someone else in my team or a friend or a family member has sent this to you, get back to the person that referred you to this link, and we'll be sure to give you information. We'll make sure we always answer. We don't sell anything. We always strive to educate you at the rate and speed that you can consume the information. We want to make sure that we have all of your questions answered first. I can't imagine being pressured into doing anything. There's no need for that. There's plenty of information available for you. We have a group, as Andrea knows, her and I both are part of a team where we have 710 doctors and holistic care practitioners like herself and myself. So we are very well equipped. That's hundreds of thousands of years of experience between all the people that are in our group those are just the doctors and holistic care practitioners. So we are here to educate, encourage, and empower you and give you the information at the rate and speed that you can consume it. Reach out to us if you have a question. We'll be sure to answer that for you. We can jump on a Zoom call. With Andrea, I remember your friend Gail said, my friend Andrea, she's been bugging me. She wants to get in touch with you. And I'm like, I'm at a stem cell conference in Orlando. And she's like, you got to call her today, and I'm like, okay. And then, we connected it when it was great. So we can connect by phone. We can connect by Zoom. The number one thing is that we provide you answers to whatever questions that you might have. I'm not saying that I have answers to everything, but I do have access to the resources that will provide us the answers, whether I know the answer or our team, or maybe one of our research studies, we can pull the information and then share that with you. So that is my promise to you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I want to thank you, Lillian, because we are a team.
Yeah,
we don't all know the answers, and what a supportive and loving group is.
Yeah.
The only thing we want for people is to make a difference and let them make their choice.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you personally, Lillian, for your support, your help with things I couldn't figure out or answer.
Yeah.
But that's what we do.
That's what
is to sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. And yeah, like your friend Rosie, who you talked about earlier in the broadcast, who I had a chance to talk to earlier this week. She just needed one little tweak. And then all of a sudden she slept so much better. She just texted me today too. And I'm like, oh, another person feeling, that's such a great feeling to know that you were able to do or provide a little bit of information that made all the difference in the world. And now someone's feeling so good. So,
oh, she's a sweet soul. And thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, my friends and gems, there you have it on Love and Money Secrets TV. If you or someone you know is interested in getting information about these stem cell activation patches, just put a comment below. Refer back to the person who referred you to this link. And as always, for now, ciao for now, my friends and gems.
Thank you.
Bye.